Sampaguita! Sampaguita!
Hungry?
Oh, you're a good boy.
Hey, that looks like fun. Can I try?
Mother! This is Bob, my friend.
I'm going on a little business trip for a few days. I'd like to invite you along for the company.
Please, Mother.
Tell your mother I promised to take good care of you, and I won't let you get into any trouble. To cover the loss while he's away.
Yes!
If you're a good boy on our trip, a really big surprise will be waiting for you when we get back.
I promise to be a really good boy. Hey, Bob! Sing fast! Hey, Bob! What's that? What are you doing? I'm a good boy.
was browsing through the internet to find some knowledge about the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act. Then I saw your video report. I like it. It's very informative.
Hello, Dumbo. Thank you for that. But did you know there's a new expanded law about the RA 9208?
Yeah, it's called the Expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2012, also known as the RA 10364.
That's great. Would you care to help me discuss and explain about this new law?
Sure, no problem, Raven.
Excellent. First of all, RA 10364, also known as the Expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act, was the amended law for RA 9208. One of its objectives is to also provide the same protection as the victims to the service providers whose lives also get endangered when performing their duties.
That's right. Also, the new law now covers attempted trafficking as well as the accomplice and accessory liabilities.
Attempted trafficking is any act to initiate the commission of a trafficking offense, but the offender failed to or did not execute all the elements of the crime due to accident or by reason of some cause other than voluntary desistance.
If the victim is a child, an act can be considered attempted trafficking if a person facilitates the travel of a child without clearance from the DSWD or any parental legal consent, executing an affidavit of consent for adoption, recruiting a woman to bear a child, simulating a birth, or soliciting a child and requiring custody through any means from the hospital and the like, all for the purpose of selling the child.
While an accomplice is anyone who knowingly aids, abets, cooperates in the execution of the offense.
And lastly, accessory is any person that has any knowledge of the commission of the crime.
An act is considered accessory if he or she takes part in the following manners: profiting themselves for assisting the offender to profit by the effects of the crime, by concealing or destroying the evidence of the crime, and by harboring, concealing, or assisting in the escape of the principal of the crime.
Since we've already explained the new amendments for the existing law, let's now discuss about the penalties and sanctions for the new punishable acts stated in the new law.
Sure, Dumbo. In the existing law, we only have 4 kinds or degrees of punishment for the said punishable acts. Now, in the new law, they added 3 more penalties.
And what are these?
First, the penalty for attempted trafficking is 15 years of imprisonment and a fine of 500,000 to 1 million pesos. Second, the penalty for accomplice liability is 15 years of imprisonment and a fine of 500,000 to 1 million pesos. And lastly, breach of confidentiality clause that has a penalty of 6 years of imprisonment and a fine of 500,000 to 1 million pesos.
How about the penalty for accessory liability? You forgot to mention about that, Raven.
No, Dumbo, I haven't. The penalty for accessory liability has the same penalty as the acts that promote trafficking in the existing law.
In addition to everything you said, trafficking cases can be filed within 10 years after they were committed. If trafficking is committed by a syndicate or on a large-scale basis, cases can be filed within 20 years after commission of the act.
So, Dumbo, do you think we've already covered all the major highlights stated in the new law?
Yes, I think so, Raven.
Thanks for the help, Dumbo, and for all the additional information you've shared to us today.
You're welcome, Raven. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Of the expanded and more forceful Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act, I can say that it benefited the country as a whole. The Philippines became extra determined to enforce their will to reduce this terrible crime. With the combined efforts of the government, private groups, and individuals, as well as non-government organizations, it is possible to eliminate trafficking from our society totally. As a student, I can contribute to this endeavor by keeping myself educated on the issue and help in spreading the right information about trafficking in persons. I can also write to our lawmakers and urge them to keep a watchful eye on the different government agencies tasked to prosecute traffickers, prevent the crime from happening, and protect the victims of this offense, as well as continue partnering with the different sectors of the general public in promoting a society free from this injustice. This is Raven Jessica, a defensor, and this is my video report about the RA 9208, also known as the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2003.